Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. Today's video is a recap of OTA9, and today we had some more former Giants in the building. One of the most decorated, sack-leading, stomp you out, Super Bowl winning Michael Strahan was in the building. Also add TV star Michael Strahan, philanthropist Michael Strahan was in attendance, along with some other guys. Jesse Armstead is a staple, always in the building. Also, I believe Kevin Booth was also in the building. You remember him? Played a nice role on the O-line in both of those Super Bowl runs with Eli. So those guys were in attendance today. Salute to them. They had some pics of Michael Strahan hanging out with Daboll, hanging out with Joe Shane. Love to see that. Always a good thing to see former Giants, especially guys that are as relevant as Michael Strahan. Yesterday was Justin Tuck. Love to see those guys back in the building. I'm pretty sure OC will make an appearance soon. So today, Brian Daboll had a short little presser, and I just want to get into some of the things he was asked and also some of the things he mentioned. So right off the bat, they were talking about people being in red jerseys and guys like Galladay not being able to practice, Tony not being able to practice, and how those guys being out affects some of the younger guys. And right off, he talked about Darius Slayton. And Darius Slayton has been having a great OTA. The man was not dropping anything. But today, I guess he must have dropped a big pass, because that's all people are seeming to talk about today was this pass that he dropped. Supposedly it was supposed to be a touchdown grab, and deja vu sets. And I mean, you can't get mad at people writing about that type of thing, because he has had in history of drops in some big spots in the game. All right. Also, he talked about Shane Lemuel and his comeback. Shane Lemuel was happy to get out of that red jersey, and he was talking about how while he was in Buffalo, him and OC coach Bobby has scouted Shane Lemuel. He had some official meetings and everything, so it was good to know that the guy that they were interested in when they were in Buffalo is now with the Giants and able to work with these same guys. So they seem to have a rapport. They also asked him about some injuries. I heard one of the reporters ask about Andrew Thomas, kind of indicated that he was laboring on the side. I haven't seen any videos or anything like that. I did watch the interview that Andrew Thomas had with Talking Giants. Much respect to those guys, Justin and Bobby over there. And during that interview, he said that he was good to go, and he was happy how the Giants were letting him take his time. So I'm gonna take it from the horse's mouth. If Andrew Thomas said he's good, I'm gonna expect that man to be good. But again, he's a football player, so of course they're always gonna side on the healthy side. They also brought up Wandell, and just like Darius Slayton, Wandell is taking advantage of all these opportunities to get in with other guys, sideline. And again, he said that Wandell's catching on fast. The game's not or the scheme's not too big for him, and he's out there doing everything that's asked of him, and he's making those plays and taking advantage of that. So love to hear that too. Something that a lot of people already knew, but good to hear that the coach is saying the same thing. They also asked some questions about possible joint practices during training camp. He said right now nothing is set. Nothing's concrete is what he said, actually. And I hope so, man. I hope we can get a couple practices in. I would love to get a couple practices in with Buffalo if that's possible. Use that connection. But we'll see what happens there. And then again, like I said, he spoke about some of the rest of the injuries. Talked about Kayvon Thibodeau and his hip issue. They asked if he expected Kayvon to be out of that red jersey by minicamp, and he said maybe not. And that's why I love Daboll, man, because he keeps it real. He could have easily said, I expect him to. He kept it real. He doesn't know. Hopefully, he is ready, by minicamp or at least training camp. One thing I did notice is that people did have some pictures of him on the field, and he's stretching out. He's on the bike. Usually, if the injury's pretty serious, you won't even see the guy out on the bike. And not even on the field. So you see the man out there stretching on the sideline on the bike, showing that he's working his way back. So happy to hear that. Next, going into some of the interviews. So a couple of Giants were at the podium today. 2 linemen. So let's get into Mark Lewinsky first. And it's funny too, because they asked about during Mark Lewinsky's interview, they asked him more questions about Evan Neal than they did about himself. So I'll just jump into that. One of the reporters asked what he thought about Evan Neal, and he said basically that the guy is dominant. He also said that with each day there's less he has to tell Neal. So to me, this shows growth and knowledge, for the rookie. That's what you want to see with a first-year guy, that he's catching on quickly and does not have to be told twice what to do. So you love to see that. Another guy that was on the podium was Lemuel. And again, his main thing is that he was talking about was how hard it was for him to sit out last year. It was the first time in his career ever dealing with an injury, and how he worked his butt off to try to get back. And he's back now. He's out of that red jersey. He's participating with the first team. So you love to hear that. They also asked him about what he thought about the PFF scores regarding his pass blocking. And he said he doesn't even use social media. He said much respect to PFF, but he listens to his coaches and what they say. So I'm glad to hear that he wasn't shaken up about that. Now getting into practice. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I guess one of the biggest plays was Slayton dropping his pass. So supposedly it was a nicely thrown ball deep, would have been a touchdown, and he just couldn't hold on to it. And that gives you flashbacks of that Washington game last year. But again, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. The man has caught like maybe 75 passes in a row in practice, and this is one of the first ones that he dropped. And of course, like I said, that's all anybody wants to report. On the defensive side, edge player Nico Lelos got a interception, tipped the ball himself, got the pick, and got the touchdown. It was on the goal line, so it's not like he had to run it back far, but he got the tip, got the interception, did it all himself, scored the touchdown. So good job for him. Also with Andrew Thomas sitting out, rookie guard Zudu was actually taking left tackle snaps, and this is not the first time he's done that, but he was out there at left tackle again. Daniel Jones had a good day today. He hit Richie James deep for a touchdown in one of the 2-minute drills. He also ended the game hitting tight end Bellinger in the red zone. Also on defense, Adoree Jackson dropped the pick 6, and you hold your head to that one, because I remember that Atlanta game when he dropped that pick in the end zone. That would have ended that drive at the end of practice. Again, they wanted to end it in the red zone. Offense versus defense. Daniel Jones was able to hit Bellinger in the middle, wide open for the touchdown to end practice. So you love to see that. And again, Bellinger is looking like he will be the number 1 tight end going into the season, which I predicted, and a lot of other people predicted as well. So happy to hear that. So just to get back on some of the injury updates, I heard an update on Shepard, hearing that he just started jogging. So what we all assumed was he was going to end up on the PUP list start of the season, and it's looking like that's going to be true. Outside of that, Martinez is on track. Thomas is on track. Thibodeau is on track, and also Darius Toney is on track. So that's my recap for today, OTA number 9. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also check out my other videos, and I do have an announcement. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. I just hit 100 subscribers today, and I appreciate the love. And yeah, just from one Giants fan to another, I appreciate that for real. So Again, this is Big Dash Nose, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.